good, y'all? All right, let's look at the charts now. Enough looking at me. Enough you looking at me. It's time to look at the. All right. Link. All right. All right. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry, I'm tweaking right now. How y'all doing this morning? Glad to be here and be consistent with the tape reads. All right, I'm gonna remove these indicators. As you can see here on the hourly chart, I honestly I'm a little bit mixed here. I want to see what price does. Overall, I do kind of have a somewhat drawn liquidity here, but it's not as clear. I want to see this hourly imbalance get traded into at some point. But we do have this area of resistance to where we could reject off of this. We could reject off of this BPR, this bounce price range. This provide gap, we kind of barely mitigated it, and we created this pool of liquidity above us here. So that's kind of where my eyes are at. I have been doing a little bit of back testing on some like IPTA data ranges, and basically, I've just been back testing it, so it's nothing solidified. But basically, throughout the day, um, since the algorithm starts at New York time, it's gonna use liquidity referred in these past 20 candles, 40 candles, and 60 candles. So if you're familiar with what the if the data ranges, it's pretty much I don't know. No one's ever like, it's not like I found this somewhere else. It's kind of something that I have just been starting to dig into because price is fractal, but I've been trying to look into IPTA data ranges because this is the liquidity that's going to be the most important for the daily range, and I've been doing some back testing with it, and I have this Discord server that I honestly might make public or just have like some private people maybe come in. But basically, I've just been back testing a lot of things, and then I'm gonna have this maybe in the future. I want to have this something to where maybe I make this server accessible, but for now, it's just my own personal use, and I think that's what it should be because it's just my Discord. Because like realistically, no one really gets much from someone else's uh, kind of just backtesting. You get the most from your own backtesting. But basically, I was looking into IPTA data ranges. I'm like, hey, if these are accurate on the higher time frames, do you think that we could break this down? And do you think that we could use this in into our intraday trading? And then I kind of just started to back test a little bit. I mean, I'm still back testing it, so keep in mind. All right. So I do want to see these highs here, and the reason why I want to see that high or that imbalance is because it's within here. I have to have this New York open. It's within this 60-day range here, and it's right above that 40-day high. So I think that this could be a high probability draw on liquidity for today on NQ, but ES is kind of telling me a different story. So I simply just gotta wait and see. If we look on ES as well, if we go back to the same day, that Tuesday, we still have this 40-day high or 40 candle high that we could pierce. But we have all this low resistance liquidity here. I do not like these failure swings, but just as of right now in the current market structure that we are in, it's still more likely that, in my opinion, that we're going to head towards that imbalance on the higher time frame than we are to head back to these lows. We kind of barely purged this low here, so I don't think that we need to refer to that. I don't think we need to refer to that. So let's see what ends up happening. Market's about to open in 5 minutes. Let me just double check news real quick. I believe we only had 8:30 news, but okay, we have 8:30 and then we have 10 a.m. news. So I'm expecting 9:30 expansion for sure, and then maybe 10 a.m. reversal. That could possibly happen. So let's see. But we've already manipulated at this news within this news folder. We've had accumulation, manipulation, distribution right into this order block. That's a very nice distribution or manipulation. So I'm expecting to see expansion here. We have this breaker right here in line with this. Yeah, so we have that breaker there on NQ. So we should respect this if we are bullish, but we also could dig down into this order block just because it's market open. We might want to manipulate a little bit more. So let's see what price ends up doing here. I want to all right, so that's the midnight opening price. So since we're so far away from that midnight opening price, I would more refer to the 8:30 opening price as something to use. But we've already had 8:30 manipulation, so we are in a relative premium to the 8:30 in New York opening price. So that could be a little bit lower probability, in my opinion, for longs. I mean, ideally you would like to see all those align, but you don't need to see them all align. There's your 8:30 opening price. So let's see what ends up happening here. We have market open. Right off the bat, where's the low resistance liquidity at market open? We have some failure swings above here. And if we just look at this on the 5-minute, we've already had we have high resistance liquidity signatures at the lows. We're rebalancing to imbalances and we're taking liquidity within that. So I highly doubt that we're going to manipulate any lower. I think that we will see expansion here. If we look on ES as well, do we? Oh yeah, wait, do we? Did we take that low? Do we purge? We leave equal lows, which I don't like to see. I would have liked to see ES's high be a little bit, or ES's low be a little bit higher, and then us have an SMT here. So I'm still marking this as manipulation though, but we'll see what ends up happening. Let me check YM real quick. I don't know if I want to though. See how YM responded to that gap. Daily, do we have anything? We had an indecisive candle, so we could either be consolidating here at YM or possibly expanding back to the upside here. DXY, man. DXY has just been a little stinker recently. It's been a stinker. We have this imbalance here. Let's see what ends up happening. Let's see. And I'm expecting 930 expansion. I want to see this low get taken here on ES. Are we in a place to where we could possibly form SMT? Maybe with this low here. I don't expect SMT to form. I kind of want to see. SMT is one of those things that I could get caught up with if I just try to overextend what I think is going to happen. Alright, so here we have this 5-minute imbalance. Market just opened. Let's see where we want to displace here. I'm expecting higher prices. But I also just want to read the tape and just have like just no bias and no like, oh, I want price to go higher, I want price to go lower, because that's not what tape reading is. Tape reading is just reading what price is doing. So market's pushing up right now. And we're having a stop run here. So we're enticing some for breakout traders that maybe possibly want to trade a breakout here. Let's see if we can get, or if the market would like to reprice lower back down to these sell stops to then have that Judas swing with the market. Okay, so we are expanding, we are taking these highs here. It's at 930 expansion. And then let's see if we want to have a 10 a.m. reversal. Alright, so market's expanded at 930. Off that breaker. That's bullish. So I'm definitely expecting these highs for sure. For sure. Notice how I feel like ES is gonna lag here. I think ES is gonna lag. ES is definitely not taking this high. Definitely ES is not taking that high. So we will likely form an SMT here at these highs. So this is probably gonna be a nice little 10 a.m. reversal. Alright. Draw liquidity is hit. There's your draw right there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're supposed to go higher today. Yeah, I would agree. But I mean, just this like kind of like profile over thin. Oh no, that's my mini draw on liquidity. My higher time frame. The 1 hour fair value gap that I'm really looking for is this one, but also this is like your little low hanging fruit objective. This is your short term resistance. So let's see what we do. We have a 930 fair value gap. It's kind of it's like, to me, this right here kind of looks like CPI. We have like accumulation before it, or like PPI, and then we just have that like expansion at PPI. Okay, so those are those highs liquidated. Let's see if we do want to reach this hourly imbalance. I would assume that that's where price would likely want to trade to, because like I just don't see us stopping on a dime here, especially after we've taken these lows here. Like ES for sure, or probably is not going to take this high if NQ does. So overall, why did 930 expand? Why was I looking at that as possible expansion? We've already had manipulation that took place within the market, and then we were within a second stage of accumulation. This market maker model. Here you have your smart money reversal. All this is indicating higher prices, lower entry, accumulation, and then you have your kind of like silver bullet of this market maker model. Let's even swing grade this real quick. That probably happened right at this 75%. Yeah, look at it. It didn't happen anywhere else than that 75. On my charts, it's reversed. It has 25%. Just know that's. I don't know. I always do it wrong. I always do it the other way. Like technically, you're supposed to be like high to low, I guess, if you want it to be technically right. What can you expect at 50% of the model? You can expect to see a stop hunt. What do we? This is a beautiful. This is definitely gonna be in my either case study or market review. I need to work on some of those in a little bit. I'll likely record some of those later today. Some case studies and market reviews. Well, I need to do a market review from yesterday. I haven't done that yet. But like I have a case study on the way. So if you guys go to my channel, I've been doing these case studies. If you go to my channel here, videos, case studies. I think that they've been I mean they're just studies on price, just my studies on price, just my interpretations. I mean, all of these like all these days I think are good days to study. And now I'm just going along on like December, or I'm just in the future in my newer case studies. I'm just gonna start from January 2024 to like I guess until we are now. I'm just gonna do that fractal price for a while because that's kind of like when I really started taking trading like a lot more serious. I started journaling. I started doing all those things. So now just me going over that price action that I've already seen in the past with this new knowledge that I now have is just gonna probably like deepen my understanding a little bit better. So yeah, 930 expansion. I'm starting to see my draw on liquidity possibly, and that's what I'm expecting to see. So this is a profile to where we have 930 expansion, and if we come into this draw on liquidity and then we have fair value gaps in, fair value gaps out at 10 a.m. in that 950 to 1010 macro, that's likely going to be a reversal. That's likely going to be a reversal. Is my mouse louder than it usually is? Because I got a new mouse. Right at that 15-minute breaker. That was a nice fractal. Boom, expansion right at 75%. Alright, okay. My draw on liquidity is close. We're at -4 terminus. We're also at these highs here, so this could be a problematic area, but there's just no way that price does not push up into this draw on liquidity because anytime you have like a big imbalance like this with highs like this, like I was anticipating this to be a draw on liquidity. We teased it here, claimed this rejection block, and then sold back off to where maybe like equilibrium of this price leg. Equilibrium of this price leg, and then watch, it's probably gonna be OTE of this price leg from here to here. Oh my gosh, look at that, just beautifully. OTE of that price leg. Alright. Draw liquidity is hit. Oh, I should have put some in my tape reading little journal I got going on. I forgot. I had like a little morning analysis that I'll copy this and I'll put it in here. All right, and then I'm gonna pull this back up so we can all right, yeah, I think this would prime us up for a reversal, possibly. What time? Hold up, I'm curious. I want to like calibrate this. I'm doing some back testing with this. Uh, 6 p.m. 7. Okay. I'm anticipating a possible reversal here. I want to see what happens. We have 10 a.m. news. We're in a premium of this range, but overall, we could breach this high first before we take the lows that we have on ES, but we're kind of just within this consolidation range. Like from this high to this low, like we're just still within this fractal price here. So we might want to leave this high intact here on ES, and then we might want to take these lows before then coming back up to new highs. That's what we could see. Or we could just come back up to new highs, and then we could make a sell model that way. Let's just see. Let's see if we do get a possible reversal here in a higher time repeat array. Then we could frame out maybe new lows, but just based off that expansion that we just had, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We have liquidated this high and these highs here on ES, so there's that. In terms of PD array wise on ES, we do have that 4-hour imbalance still. So I'm not looking at this imbalance, I'm looking at this high. Personally. So we have buy side liquidity that rests above that. Daily, we got anything except for failure swings below us. I think that we might need to take this high, maybe rejection block, and then we could see lower prices. Let's see, we already had manipulation within this candle. We're now starting to displace higher. In order for me to really see lower prices, I would want to see like a 15-minute change state delivery. So in order for this reversal to really happen, which I don't expect it to, because I don't like to anticipate reversals. I like to be in line with order flow. Like, what is order flow doing? Order flow is bullish right now, so I don't think there's any reason to be bearish unless if the market tells us. Alright, we don't have any significant new week or new day opening gaps that we might want to refer to. So, do we have one above market price right now? We have this new day opening gap up here that we might want to reach for. So, let's just see. Alright, if we're zooming into the 1 minute, this could be a possible IRL to ERL setup, but I think we definitely need more time. I'm waiting for the 950 macro regardless. Regardless, I would wait for that. I'm gonna wait for that 950 macro to look for anything. I just personally, in what I've backtested and what I've seen with my own eyes, is that anytime that in tapering as well, anytime that I look for something that's outside of the 950 macro, I end up getting caught up in stuff that's just not significant. YM's displacing higher. Ooh, look at YM. Ooh, YM's pretty when it wants to be. YM will be nice when it wants to be. Look at that midnight opening price. You have probably an hourly order block right there too. Yeah, right there. Look at that. With New York opening price. Midnight opening. Alright, YM, I think we still need to probably trade up into here. Ooh, even like Euro USD and GU had some nice action today. Look at Euro after taking a sell side here. end up having change day delivery here on the 1 hour. We have a big 1 hour order block right there. Like that's reclaimed during what time? 7 a.m. I don't know. I don't really trade these. I don't really trade these like that. But right in that fair value gap, below midnight opening price. Whew. And then we have a nice fair value gap above market price here. I do want to just look at this real quick. Okay, so we liquidated these lows here. Someone posted in the Discord. I was looking at a. I was watching some core content, and I'm currently going through core content right now. So that's what I've been researching and studying. The like there's an entry method that you place a limit order below the body candle, and of like a higher time frame, like that would be more like swing trading, and like that gets respected very nice. Like you would have got filled right here. Your stop's gonna be at this low because we're in this fair value gap right here. So if you do want to trade higher, we will. It works well within PD rays. Let's see if there's another example. I don't really use the 4 hour chart like that. I don't really like the 4 hour chart that much. I don't really use it. Like here, we took sell side liquidity. Could be a buyer right there, if we will see higher prices. I thought that was like some sauce right there. See, within this PD array here, this 4 hour, look to be a buyer right there. Like this order block right there, you look to be a buyer below that price. I use that kind of. I don't know. I like. I need to do some more back testing with it. It was a turtle soup of the rejection block, not an actual low. I gotcha. Cause like that, this pretty much is a rejection block though, right? It's pretty much just expecting this to be a rejection block. We have another PDA right there. We'll say this candle will be that fair value gap right there. You would have drawdown there. You might have got stopped out. That's cool because you're gonna take losses. Right. Start looking at the charts. 950 macro is about to open up. Once you start using 4 hour, you'll start hitting trades. I don't know. I mean, you can't like. I don't think one time frame is better or more important than the other. I think the daily charts. I like using the daily chart for my higher time frame levels. Like that's why I anticipated this to be the draw on liquidity. Because one, it's a big hourly imbalance, but also it's a daily imbalance, so it'll likely look to get rebalanced here. Alright, right here we do have SMT of these highs within this macro. By entering this macro, we do have SMT of the highs. We haven't had a 15-minute fair value gap yet. So I think that we might want to make a fair value gap here, but we'll see what ends up happening here. We do have this 5-minute balance. We could seek to rebalance here, but we'll see. Could have one more drive higher to manipulate sentiment. All right, 950 macro just open. Let's see if we could have like some sort of. I don't expect that though, because we do have SMT here in a higher time repeat array, but let's see. This is a mitigation block. And we have 10 a.m. news within this macro, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's pull the 1 minute chart here. So this becomes your breaker. We left these equal lows here. And these equal lows here on ES. I don't anticipate this happening right now. This is a new day opening gap. I believe this is the current new day opening gap. Or that's a new week opening gap. When you back on funded, it's going to be in a second. I'm sorry to take my time with it, you know. Yeah, we just keep on repricing lower. Because I don't know. I think it's better for my development for me to just focus on just the skill of trading, you know, and just focus on skill of reading price action, because that's what's gonna actually make you money, you know. Not like trying to go in a funded account. All right. In terms of this fractal, I want to see some form of retracement here. Maybe to this imbalance here, but we do have all these equal lows here. I don't know if we yes, just took those equal lows. For me, that's not the type of trade that I look to take. Let's see if we close back below this. We have a 15-minute change in state delivery. Man, I'm anticipating these failure swings. I also do want to use that little IPTA data range again. We have these lows here, because like we've already taken the liquidity pool that I was interested in, and then this could have just been a reversal profile here. If that ends up happening, we do have 10 a.m. news in 7 minutes. That'll be right when this candle closes. So if this candle closes below this right here, that's a pretty bearish signature, but I don't really expect that to happen, you know. I don't really expect that to happen. Like I don't care to catch in on these moves. Just SMT then reprice lower. I mean, it does make a little bit of sense why it was pretty fast, because we had that SMT, so. Good idea. Do you have paper trade at least? I honestly have. I haven't even paper traded. I've just been reading the tape, and I feel like that's just something that I personally. Oh shoot, my Wi-Fi is probably fried right now. Oh my gosh! Look at that delivery. Look at that delivery to the tick. To the tick. This is a new week opening gap. This is a previous new week opening gap, I believe. Cause whenever I even demo trade, I don't know. I try to be like, I want to be perfect, you know. And that's just something I battle with myself. Is the want to be perfect, you know. Let's see if we want to trade up into this inverse for value gap, which I only care about it because it's overlapped with this for value gap right there. And at the same time, NQ would be trading up to this mitigation here. We still have left equal lows here. Like, I don't expect this to be an SMT within the market because, you know, we have reached the higher time PDA. We do have SMT at the highs, so I don't really view that as an SMT. But we might not need to trade up to this mitigation, though, because we do have this fair value gap overlap with this fair value gap. That now becomes a balanced price range. But let's see. I would personally probably like to see that mitigation. Let me kind of remove. I got a lot of drawings here. We did trade in that 3-minute gap here. That could be a 3-minute. 3-minute institutional or financial. We also have a 2-minute gap there, and that 1-minute gap. So we'll see. We'll see if that mitigation needs to get traded too. I would like it to, because if you see on ES, we kind of have this fair value gap overlapped with this fair value gap. So I think ES might want to reprice higher, so then NQ probably would to that mitigation. But we'll see. We also have 10 a.m. news, which is probably definitely going to do at least a little bit of wick. But I'm probably just going to ignore the wick that occurs if we have one. Might be the smartest thing I've ever heard you say on the stream. I don't even know what I said. Want to be practicing entering trades and entries at least? Yeah, I would agree, but you know, I still have time. I still have time. Like, just, I mean, the market's gonna be open tomorrow, so I think that that'll come down later in the journey. Maybe like 1 or 2 more months. The idea is I kind of want to finish all of core content of ICT core content, and then I want to kind of develop my model, which I don't have like a set model, but it's definitely, I've kind of drawn towards the 930 Judas and building a model around that, or like what is 930 opening price gonna do? Because I don't know, that I've been backtesting and studying that a little bit, and then like 930 we had expansion. Hey, appreciate the sub, brother. Gustavo. Yeah, let's see what ends up happening here. We got news in 2 minutes. We're kind of holding here on the 1 minute. So I think that we could maybe trade up to this mitigation here on NQ and then reprice lower. I'm now, this now is bearish. I do not expect, or let's see what ends up happening. If you think about this, like, we've already taken a significant buy side liquidity pool. And then on the lower time frames, we had fair value gap in, fair value gap out. So for us to come back up and to come run on new highs is more unlikely. It's just think in terms of probabilities. We have failure swings that occur within the market at these lows here. So let's see what the market wants to do. I know I got all this on my chart right now. These are new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps. All right, ES is trading within that balanced price range right now. We have 1 more minute. It looks like we do want to trade that mitigation block. Also within that new day opening gap. Notice that as well. So I think that this could be an area where we do maybe distribute. Let's see what happens though. In terms of standard deviation. I low-key got so much stuff on my chart. Is that what I was saying? Is that what I said? That you said I was smart? Alright, notice though, ES did not want to change the stage of delivery here on the 15 minute. All right, news right now. Fair value gap overlaps with that. This should hold if we are bearish. I mean, think about it as well, though. We kind of like barely poked into this hourly imbalance. I mean, we kind of poked a decent amount. Maybe we want to reprice up to this wick here. It should be an area we respect if we're bearish. Back within that, we're back within this order block, so that would kind of be my last line of defense if I was bearish. But if we look at ES, it's trading within a breaker here. I'm thinking longs. I respect it. I try to formulate a watch list. Do you guys know, like, on a watch list, I'm trying to add another. Can you only have like three? How do I add like another? Like page here. I want to add one for like cross pairs and then like uh commodities maybe. I don't really look at commodities, but like just to have. Market's moving nicely. Yeah, I think this morning was pretty solid. I mean, we're still moving here. This doesn't look as bearish as I would like it to. Notice how we repriced right to that new day opening gap here, or a new week open, or I believe that's actually a new day opening gap. Here on ES though, new week opening gap to the tick. Very nice. Will you eventually trade forex? I kind of doubt it. Probably not ever. Probably not ever. I mean, I've been like studying forex a little bit more, or like paying attention to it. Like I used to never really like pay attention to forex at all, and I used to be like, "Oh, forex price action is so bad. Like, why would I even want to trade that?" But like, I mean, it's price action, you know. It's just forex in futures, just from my understanding, is just gonna be it's like they're gonna be a little bit different, you know. Notice how we traded up to that breaker right there. Within this 950 macro here. Let's see if 950 macro wants to offer retracement, and then maybe 1010 might start to move lower here. And then this might be a sort of manipulation macro here. If we hold this area in price. Yeah, like I was saying, I just like, I would always like, oh, I don't like forex, which is just like ignorance, because I mean, like, price swings are pretty decent on forex, you know. I've never really studied it enough, you know, because like it's just you have London kill zone 2 to 5, and then you have New York 7 to 10, and then if you're trading forex, you probably want to be done trading by 10. Or sorry, 12 at the latest, and then you have your London close. Right here, you have a classic buy day. Pull up our kill zones, Or actually, we don't. Do we, ooh. We never put a lower low in Asia. We still had some form of manipulation in this fair value gap here. And we traded a fair value gap right here. And, right there. Price just missed my entry point and flew up to TP. No trade for me today. Hey, that's good, that's good, that's good. I mean, it sucks, but it's gonna be it's part of the game, you know. Not the game, but it's part of the business. This isn't as bearish as I would like it to be. Because notice how, like, if we were bearish and we really wanted to see lower prices, like right now, we would have just immediately sold off here. And we probably would have waited to take this low. But we took that low at 950. Let's see. We could get a little IRL to ERL setup here. And then this could just be a 1 minute change state delivery here. And we have this 2 minute gap here. Also overlaps with that 3 minute wick, which I would like. Also 5 minute order block right there. So I gotta now like a little bit bullish here. But I don't really have a stance on price. I'm just reading what it does. Reading to see if we do want to respect that. This now becomes a propulsion block. So we are within that 950 1010 macro. We do have SMT at the lows, but we do have these equal lows here. So we do have a buy side liquidity pool that rests above here, but I don't anticipate that to get traded to today. All right, let's see if this is a retracement for buy side or if this is displacement for sell side. So, you know, just read the tape. Overall, though, like, I think price has more reason to head to lower prices. Just because think about it, like, we've just liquidated all these stops here. We just have taken all this liquidity out of the market. So, I mean, to try to anticipate a move back higher, I don't know. We have S&T here. Do you have equal lows within the market? Where do more orders reside? They reside right here. Some orders do reside here now, but more orders reside here. We also do have SMT there. So you have a SMT at high, SMT at low, so lower probability. Lower probability. Lower probability little 950 macro. I think a 1050 macro would be more, it would tell us a little bit more than 1050 macro. Like I don't think I would really want to be in it on this when it's just kind of like 50-50 right now. So therefore, we'll wait. It's a little 950 macro study right there. So let's see what price will do, and whatever it does, that's what it's gonna do. You know, no need to get mad, frustrated. We're just chilling. We just chilling in this live stream. That's all we do. We just chill. We just chill, and then we we're glad that we get the opportunity to trade because, hey, there's probably people that would love to do this. This 1 minute breaker block is looking neat. I might enter. I would avoid it, honestly. I would just avoid 50-50 conditions. I mean, it's a game of probabilities, so why would I want to be trading when the probabilities are highly favored. When they're not favored, which is not every single day, their probabilities are on your side, and not every single hour they're going to be on your side. So I'm gonna wait for when I personally think, with my own brain, they're gonna be on my side, because what I think and what I see in the market is gonna be completely different than what someone else thinks. We're all entitled to our own opinion. We're all gonna trade differently. So when you make it a successful trader, will you come back and watch all your old videos / live streams? Probably. I mean, that's why I started in the first place. To have kind of like something to look back on, later. And I actually was watching them the other day. I was like, damn, bro, that was me like 6 months ago. It's just it's like people are obviously gonna have something to say, and especially the fact that I got posts on social media. I'm inviting everyone into my own life. Like, I'm inviting anyone to just shit on my parade when, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of social media because, like, I think it's best to brainwash yourself and to guide your own, or into guard your own mind, 100%. So I mean, the moment that you step on social media, especially like if you even if you look at social media, like you're just inviting other people's voices in your own head, which is not at all beneficial, especially to trading. Which, I mean, I guess you can say that's hypocritical. Why are you even on social media in the first place? Because I low-key, I don't know, I want more reality within the trading space. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe people mess with me, maybe people don't. Maybe people think I'm annoying, maybe people don't like me, but that doesn't really matter. I'm still going to keep on doing what I've been doing. And I definitely have stopped posting on social media because I would post on social media to try and gain attention, try to get followers. Oh, you think this video will do good? Do you think this video will do good? Like, I don't know. It came to a point to when, like, I wanted to post like 5 times a day, and I wanted to gain traction, which there's nothing wrong with that, and I kind of did, and I kind of just stopped posting a little bit, and now literally all my posts. I guess that's wrong. I kind of did post like a little video like that on Instagram or on YouTube, but I would say I've been starting to do case studies instead of like my activated videos, which is kind of what I'm shifting my focus to, is just developing and just me growing it within my analysis, and I'm gonna do that within my case studies. If you guys look at my YouTube video, I've started doing case studies, which I don't know. I've thought that have been pretty. I thought I've been putting in work within them, and I will continue to. So yeah, I'm excited for what that will do, what that will bring. Mix for me now. Look for longs would be unavoidable since we're in premium. At least wait for price to move to discount first. I would agree. I fuck with you since the start. I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate all y'all. I mean, it does mean a lot. I've been watching since you had like 100 members of the Court and 3K on the gram. I think Instagram though, way too much brain rot. I would agree. I appreciate it, bro. Like, most of you guys that are probably in here have probably been here for a while. And like, if you, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Like, there's probably just like some random people I don't even know just watching me right now. I think that's cool. Like, the fact that I can the fact that I could like reach other people and like pretty much have like a conversation with people is kind of just insane. It is insane. What's good? What's good? OJJO. Say man, I deleted all my socials. Yeah, I I don't really look at Instagram that much, but I will say that I kind of do a little bit. And the reason why I still have it is so I can post there. And at the end of the day, maybe I just don't post on Instagram and just post on YouTube because I like it on YouTube a lot better. It's a lot more tame. Instagram, man, is just. I would say, I don't really know. I never really had TikTok, but I think Instagram is becoming a little bit more popular than TikTok. But I don't know because I never really, I didn't really like TikTok, at least when I had it either. All right, notice what we did here though. We came back down to this imbalance. We formed SMT here at these lows here. ES took these lows. Did ES return to the 5-minute order block or something? 5-minute fair value gap. I was kind of peeping that. I'm not gonna lie. I was peeping that a little bit earlier. We have all these stack lows here within that 5-minute fair value gap. We take down, sweep that. Then we displace higher, pull back to this fair value gap to this propulsion. Probably have a 2-minute order block that's a little bit better. That 3-minute order block right there, boom, and then got a nice move. How many points did this offer? Oh, 11 points. That is nice. All right, now we have taken buy side one more time. We have 1, 2, 3 drive here. We have high resistance liquidity at the highs, and then we kind of have some sort of low resistance liquidity at the lows. Overall, I'm gonna wait regardless of the 950 macro or 1050 macro. I have found for me that at least when I'm analyzing the market, it just becomes a lot like odds become more in my favor once I just look at those 950 those macros. And speaking of that, I have a little macro case study. Not a little, but I have a macro case study coming out today. This was on 6x25. I thought that was pretty nice. But yeah, here's my case studies playlist. I would recommend it. I'm gonna keep on doing these. We're gonna have like 1,000 case studies in that playlist. Should I start doing? I might start doing 2 case studies a day, but I don't want to like overdo it. I don't want to overdo it and like overwork it because, I mean, it kind of is a lot. Like I would say each one of those case studies takes like, cause like I kind of go into it. They take like an hour to put together, and then they take like another like 20 minutes probably to record, maybe 15 minutes. But I mean, I love doing it, and it's helping my analysis. So why not just keep on doing them? Why not? I did all my except YouTube. I'm totally locked in with life and trading. Hey, good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I would say I love YouTube. I have YouTube Premium. I love YouTube. I use YouTube a lot. I mean, it's just definitely such a good way to get information. Well, I mean, there's obviously it still is social media at the end of the day, but you just gotta avoid the nonsense. Like that's why I like watching ICT a lot because he's not trying to clickbait for views. He's not like all these other people or like other people that you see that like, oh, this is the easiest strategy. Like there's some type of boringness to him that like you have to actually listen. You have to actually pay attention to get stuff out of those lectures, which is why I like. It's why I mess with it. I mean, plus it's how the market's actually booked. Do you think the markets are ever gonna change? I don't know. There's always that question. I don't think they will. At least for a minute. But trading has become a lot bigger. A lot bigger. It's just gonna continue to grow as an industry, especially with social media. I don't know. Hopefully it stays around because could you imagine like working your ass off for like 3 years, staying disciplined, staying patient, finally becoming a little bit profitable, and then all of a sudden like everything just goes extinct. I feel like that would be tough, but that's just like a fear that why would you even have that? I mean, the markets have been around for what? Forever, like 40, 50 years, you know? Like even in watching like content from like 7 years ago is still the same thing. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to move my face cam to the left side like it is. I had it in the right before. Very nice market today. I would agree. We'll see what we end up doing. I'm favoring more sell side delivery now, but I want to wait for the 1050 macro to really look to engage. Make your money as fast as you can with these prop firms, then invest in passive income assets. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to have prop firms, but I feel like there's also a devil with prop firms, you know, because that's why I haven't looked to engage in any until I have a solid foundation. Like I had the prop firm that I got, and I got a funded account that I had, but I really only had that because my funded futures gave me one for free. And then I had spent $50 for 1 month, or like $40 for 1 month on a Top Step account, and I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Let's just like not even focus on this right now because it's not important. Because every single day you're looking in there, oh, what is my P&L? Is it green? Is it red? It doesn't matter. Just focus on trading, journal, and then just do like, just back test, you know, and discover knowledge. And I feel like that's something as well that I kind of struggle with, and or not struggle with, but that's something that I need to. I guess it just takes time, but I want to know a lot more than I know right now, and I want to have a deeper understanding than what I know right now. So I want to finish core content. I want to finish other things like that, and I want to have other like more deeper analysis. I want to watch YouTube videos, you know, like that type of stuff. But then there comes to a point to when like backtesting is a lot more beneficial than just watching these YouTube videos, you know, watching these lectures, watching these lessons. Like I think backtesting yourself is very very crucial. And like backtesting, not like trying to look for entries, but like seeing what price did, and then why did it do it, when did it do it, how did it do it, what type of stops do we take first? Are we going buy side or sell side first? Like I think backtesting like that, ever since I stopped like trying to go into the charts, like in backtest, like trying to look for entries, you just get so much more benefit from it, in my opinion. When I first was getting into trading, I had the biggest fear that I would learn the skill at the worst time, thinking smart money would change. I mean, it always can, and I mean, there's always a possibility. But I mean, honestly, think about it. If you're getting into trading and if you're learning smart money concepts, someone else is getting into trading and learning retail concepts, or someone else is getting into trading and then they're gambling, and then they're having fear and greed. Like there's so much fear and greed in the market. And think about it as well. Most of the sorry, let me change the 1 minute chart. Here we have taken buy side here. This could be something here, but I'm not gonna look to really trade it. It's not in a or look to tape read it. Or we're still reading the tape. We're just seeing what price does here. We have taken buy side. We have 1, 2, 3 drive here. We could see sell side here, but I don't know if I really anticipate it yet. And anticipate a low resistance liquidity run yet, because we're not within this 1050 macro. But what I was trying to say is that most of the trading, or like most of the volume, I guess you would say, or I won't say most of it, but there's a large amount of volume that just comes in from people not even placing trades, but just from people buying and selling certain stocks, or like big companies purchasing stocks, things like that. So there's a lot of commerce that comes in that way. Yeah. I would agree. And like if the markets were to change, how would they change though? Because this it like they move off of liquidity. They move where the orders are. It's gonna change to moving to where the chart pattern is, to where the A B C D E F G pattern is. I don't know. It's definitely uncertain. But why live in fear? Why live in fear? The whole time I've traded, they've all the prices always moved the same. I just didn't know it. Let's see what this 1050 macro does. Once this 1050 macro happens, I'll likely head out of here. I don't know. I used to do. I kind of miss it. It depends. Those I was looking. I was doing like 4 hour stream, 5 hour stream, 6 hour stream, 5 hour stream, six. Like I don't know. Like what did I do throughout the day? I don't think I was using my time as effectively. I mean, at the end of the day, I was kind of growing my YouTube, but I don't really care about that. I don't really care about that as much. That's why I took like a little break from streaming. I joined like a little mentorship where I paid for like a mentorship for a month, which honestly, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't even pay for a mentorship or something like that, or like a Discord community. I would just look at T Trade's Discord. Like it's completely free. Just watch. I would recommend joining T Trade's Discord and then watching ICT. Like I think this is all you need. I've been like this Kiko. I don't know if that's a chick or a guy, but they're insane. And T Trade's kind of stopped posting there, but so I would recommend. And obviously the Sut Trades 2.0 server. I don't know. I think I've been less active in the Discord. I haven't been as active because I think I might look to create another Discord later in the future. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see because my Discord definitely has been a little bit less active, and I might share like my analysis that I have in here and share this. Oh, I've been lacking on the tape reads too. I haven't been doing that. How can I join it? Just look up T Trades on like YouTube, and I bet his Discord's in there. But it's just T Trades community. You can also look it up. It's just completely free. I mean, I would definitely recommend it. It's got a lot of people in there. You could. I only really use like Kiko reviews and then T Trades. Oh my gosh, did they predict that exactly? That's impressive. Time will change. Like 9:30 open might not be as influential if the market opens 24/7 with bots, but the higher time frame won't because they're. Oh, if the markets go to a 24-hour trading, if the stock market does, I think that would be so stupid. That would suck. Because most of what I look for in the market revolves around that 9:30 traffic that comes into the market. I mean, even then, manipulation would probably have much more effect on news. Like, news would probably manipulate a lot more than what it does. If markets are 24/7, which I doubt they ever will. There's no, like, why would they do that? Until it happens, I wouldn't even consider it. Yeah, news would still work, but I doubt the market opens. Yeah, I don't think then. I mean, why would they try to change everything if it still works? I'm waiting for that 1050 macro. Oh, I want to see this become an order block. That to me looks like a institutional order block. That looks like a high probability order block. It sweeps liquidity. If we cause displacement, trade back into that order block within 1050 to 11. I think that's what the algorithm might want to do. Let me do something like this. Oh, that could be an entry. I think on the 5 minute, this right there, that like order above the previous up close candle, that could be an entry right there. Stop at that high. Got filled right there. Let's see what happens though. I want to see displacement. Until that happens, you know, I mean, this just could be a trend day, you know. Oop. up to reprice to more buy side or more of this imbalance. So nothing that I deem that's high probability, but if you want like a low risk, high reward entry, that could have been the entry. Anything around here. We should not reprice the buy side if we want to seek all the sell side. It's just the market. It's more likely that we reprice the sell side here than we reprice the buy side. And if we do reprice the buy side, then we don't want sell side anyway. So that's just the risk that you have to take. It's all about risk. Risk. What are you risking? You're risking this buy side here. We've already had a 1-2-3 drive on ES. We might not want to go higher, but we're kind of just consolidating here, so it's hard to really tell. I got about 14 minutes till that macro opens up. Told yourself no shorts today? Hey, then stick to that. I would stick to your rules that you set for yourself. Well, look at that. Standard deviation. This indicator is nice. It's called IPTA. It's right here. IPTA standard deviation by Dexter Lab. It kind of just maps out standard deviation. Oh my gosh. And this standard deviation. Oh my gosh. If we close below this candle, that would be a 15-minute change state delivery. A macro is just a time. It's a time of the day. That's just gonna be more. It's gonna be a higher probability. Certain times of the day. In one of ICT's like live streams recently, he was saying that there's a macro every single hour at 11:50 to 12:10. If you think about why that is, it's because higher time frame candles are closing and then new ones are opening every single hour. So if the algorithm hasn't done something that it needs to do within that time, it's going to look to do its business within that 10-minute macro. Maybe it needs to manipulate. Then it'll look to maybe reprice a little bit higher, manipulate to then sell lower. Maybe it does need to reprice higher here. It'll look to do so. I think the IPTA data range is just higher time frame to lower time order flow, IRL, ERL type of stuff. Like this, like the IPTA 2040-60. We also never built in a 15-minute fair value gap here. So if we do get a 15-minute change of state delivery here, I think we're definitely heading to these lows here. This 5-minute candle here is going to tell a lot if we change the state delivery here or if we fail to. And notice how that will happen right before the 15-minute macro. So if we close below this here, I know I got a lot of stuff on the chart. It's probably hard to see. If we close below that candle, then that is a bearish signature. And I would expect to see lows get taken because we never really made a 15-minute fair value gap here. But if we were to leave a 15-minute fair value gap within the market here, I would see that as a good candidate to have this retracement into, and then further expansion. I'll be right back. Just notice NQ hit the constant of the 1 hour of this 1 hour. I don't know why I never marked that level. Oh, why does it want bar replay? Did my Wi-Fi just go off? I'll be back. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, the load that wick. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too earlier. I was talking about that. All right, we have 2 minutes to decide if we want lower prices. If we close below, I think we want lower prices within this 1050 macro. Then the 1050 macro would be a good short here. But if we don't get that, then that's also telling that we might want to see higher prices. So I'm looking at that order block level I have marked out right now. Do we want to close below or no? Because I mean, if we don't close below that, like we still can be bearish, but it just wouldn't be as bearish as I would like to see it. You know. Which could be which if we don't close below that, I would expect to see a 2 p.m. silver bullet bearish. I don't think we will. I don't know. I don't know if we will. Yeah, I guess you could. I always knew that 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute closes were important, and never realized macros are based on that. Macros aren't based off of. Oh yeah. Well, just from my understanding, that's why macros are important because. But I would definitely do your own research about it, look into it. Macros are just based off. Well, that's mainly why they have motives too, is because those higher time frame candle closures and expansions. Because think about it, the 10 a.m. silver bullet, why is that as of significance? At 10 a.m., a new 4 hour candle prints within the market every single day. All Also, a 1 hour candle will open up at that time. Also, a 15-minute candle will open up at the time. Also, a 5-minute candle is going to open up at the time. So there, within that hour of trading, within that whatever, 10 to 11, there's going to be more motives for the algorithm to do what it wants to do. All right, we failed to close below, which just isn't as bullish of a signature, but overall or as bearish of a signature. But overall, I'm still gonna hold a bearish stance on price here. We had that 5-minute kind of rejection block, I guess you could say, entry technique that I was looking at. Honestly, that might be like my entry technique I go with. If you have that signature within a bearish for value gap, chef's kiss right there. Like as you can see here, I mean we have a 5-minute right there. So we have that 5-minute candle body right there. We barely just place above it. Then we come right back into that area. Into a fair value gap. Right there. Alright, now we're repricing lower. Whew. Look at that standard deviation. Alright, this is also something I've been doing back testing with, but this could be a reclaimed order block level here. It's also aligned with the fair value gap. So if we traded that at the 1050 macro, I think that would be a good candidate for a sell. Is my chart moving? I don't know if data's moving on my chart. It does not look like it. I don't know what is up with my Wi-Fi. I think it might be my I would definitely look to engage in shorts here within this macro. This looks pretty high probability. We'll see what price wants to do. I'm not even gonna. Tell me what you want and what you do. I also want to mark out that 5-minute order block level that we've now closed below. Or we will likely close below within a minute. May not give entry. Oh, it likely will. Just gotta wait for it. At 1050 macro could give you will likely give an entry. And if it doesn't, then cool. Next trade, next day, tomorrow. I would like just short-term sell side here. For sure. Because it's also in line with that imbalance. So that would be a nice little scalp right there. You have sell side liquidity that rests here. You have that 1050 macro that might open up. And who knows, we might not give an entry, but I think we're just waiting to have this 5-minute candle closure here within 7 minutes. And then I think we'll have an immediate rebalance and displace it over here. How many points is that? A whole 48 points there to risk this intermediate term high, which would for sure where your stop would be. You can look to enter in possibly the reclaimed order block or this 5-minute order block. to risk. So about like 2 risk to word if we were to be in this, but I think we could just distribute lower here. It wouldn't be as bearish if we come back up and retrace. Yeah, and draw liquidity. Likely gonna get hit here. 1050 macro, open up. Here's that little fractal market maker sell model here. I want to pull up Tradeovate real quick. I want to look at this in the 15 second. I have access to Tradeovate on the 15 second. I haven't logged into Tradeovate in forever. I do have a personal account with this brokerage. I should low key like not do that. Now y'all know my fake username. But that's not my actual username. Y'all just got played. Or is it? How long did it take for you to get your first payout? I have not had my first payout. I don't trade funded accounts as of right now. So you have buy side taken, market structure shift, pull back, imbalance. That's your classic 2022 model with the net order block right there. Then we get buy side liquidity taken. You have your turtle soup right there. Pressure is lower, imbalance right there. Oh. Yo. Oh my gosh. Now look at this. So a reclaimed order block is an order block on the left side of the curve that caused a minor just drop in price. So if we're looking at this on the left side of the curve, since smart money has to hedge into positions, or that's what the algorithm mimics, this short-term drop in price would be an order block, but we end up displacing buy side. So anytime the market drops or displaces at least a little bit, smart money's hedging into that position. So this level right here, this order block, is going to look to be reclaimed on the right side of the curve. Preferably when we drop below it and then we come back and we return above it. As you can see, look at this level here. Got respected very nicely to the tick right there. And then we come back up. We trade right into that reclaimed order block right here. It's something I've been backtesting recently, and within pretty much every market maker sell model I've studied, I've seen this repeat. And then here we have this level right here. Gets broken through here, and then come back up, and then we trade within this one here. Right there. Then you kind of, I wouldn't really count this one. I would like to see more displacement. You have this one as well. Look at the respect right there here. And I'll count this one. And then look at that respect there at the end of this model. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, now we're just taking minor sell side. Now we're within this 1050 macro. We have a breaker on ES. Or an area mitigation. Also have this. You have the 5-minute order block on ES right here. So let's see how this level gets respected or disrespected. We have a fair value gap up here, which could be framed as a breakaway gap. It's not a gap on the lower time frame, so we'll see. It's likely be another retracement higher here within this macro. That'll give you another expansion. Notice where are we at in price right now as well? -1 to 1.5 here. I guess that order block's already been used, so I wouldn't really classify that as a reclaimed order block. I wouldn't really love it since we have taken minor sell side, but there could be another sell side liquidity engagement, more sell side delivery here. I just really wouldn't like to engage. All right, once this macro ends, I'm gonna head out, and I'll be live tomorrow. Dude, tomorrow's already Friday. This week has flown by. Have I been live every single day this week? Yeah, I have. Your boy's getting back on that consistency with tape reading, and I've just been tape reading morning AM session because I think that's the only session that really matters. I've grown to not really love the PM or not really I don't really try to trade PM session personally. Overall though, I think we could see some consolidation here. We'll see if ES wants to displace off this fair value gap. We also do have this breaker. I would say for me, PM session just I most of the time, especially recently, I just haven't liked PM session, and I like trading AM session a lot better because you have your 9:30 market open. It's gonna be more volatile. You're gonna have more explosive moves. You're gonna have uh, I'm just able to read it better because I know what London just did. I know that 9:30 will likely manipulate. I know you have your 9:50 macro. I know that you have your 10 a.m. silver bullet. Then I know you have your 10:50 macro, and then you also have 11:50 macro. So you have all those things that I kind of know more than just like a PM session. PM session you'll probably have 1:30 maybe possible Judas, and then you'll have your 2 p.m. silver bullet, which is I think the PM session silver bullet is less probable than the AM silver bullet. Because then you could have possible PM session reversal, PM session continuation. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it. New York AM session, in my opinion, is like, what did London do? Where's the liquidity? Where are we likely going to manipulate? Where are we drawing into? And what is price going to do right now? There's a lot less variables, in my opinion. All right, I would say though, a decent trade here would be if we create a 15-minute fair value gap. We create a 15-minute fair value gap here, and then we have a possible IRL to ERL setup. And then we still have left this liquidity, and we trade up into that fair value gap at a certain time of the day, maybe within that 11 macro, maybe 11:10. We end up retracing into here, and then like I think that would be a wonderful trade. But overall, right now, I don't really see anything of significance. We have just took a minor sell side. We are trading within this imbalance here, which I wouldn't like taking. I would like to see this 15-minute fair value gap get created and then a trade into that. I think that would be a lot more probable. Overall, though, I guess that 15-minute candle closes in 15 minutes. So we'll see what happens. I'm not anticipating a really setup here, but there's that 5-minute. There's my 5-minute model. I don't know. I might be back testing that entry technique a little bit more, and we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, overall, I'll probably head out of here quite soon. Quite soon. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of here now. Hopefully, y'all have a good rest of your day, and we'll see what price ends up doing, and then I'll definitely have a case study. I gotta work on some case studies now, so I appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be live tomorrow for show, and I'll be live more consistent now.